Let's get to the trader rundown, and traders have a lot to consider. GDP came in with a rise of 6.9%. The Fed held a meeting this week and talked about raising interest rates. Let's bring in Nick Santiago of In the Money Stocks. Nick, what do you think of all this news coming into the market?
Well, I think the Fed news is much more important than the GDP. The GDP number was going to be pretty good just because we have some reopening going on again. But ultimately, the GDP number will fall and will probably revert to much lower levels in the coming quarters. But the Fed news is very, very important. And I think the market is still trying to digest that. But the sooner it does, the better things can go. We've had a really big sell-off, so we're probably due for a technical bounce at this stage of the game. But I definitely believe that the Fed news trumps the GDP.
Through it all, though, the stock market is showing some resilience so far, despite tensions overseas.
So far, it has. But remember, we've had a major decline in technology, more so, in my opinion, just due to the liquidity coming out of the system by the central banks. But the market really has not looked at the geopolitical events, which I think will come into play as we go into this first quarter. So it's definitely on my radar every day. I'm watching and reading everything I can get a hold of coming out of Russia and Ukraine, and also China, Taiwan, and you never know what can happen in the Middle East. So I think you have to really be aware of that. But that's what keeps oil inflated, and I think the oil bid will remain intact right now.
What's your trade of the day, Nick?
My trade of the day is going to be Twitter. So this stock last year was trading around $80 a share. It's now down to around $35, traded as low as $32. I think the stock's on sale. I own it. This is where you want to be a buyer of Twitter.
Thank you as always, and have a great weekend.
Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.